Okay, good evening, Vietnam. Live from LZ Bunker. This is Veterans Live Show. I'm your host, Ronnie Embris. I served with the 101st Airborne Division in Vietnam from December 67 to December 68. And the children of Vietnam. We're going to talk about the children. We're going to show you pictures about the children. And we're going to have to remember that the children are now like 50 years old, which is like insane. But in our heads, in our hearts, they were always kids. Okay, we're going to start a new segment called Rapid Fire. We asked the club for a few questions, and we'll read the answers. All right, so what are your memories about the local children while you were in country? That's a great picture there, man. Look at those kids. All right, Dennis Pickford. Sorry, keep that. Go back to those pictures with those kids. Kids, man. Kids were kids. Kids are kids anywhere. Look at all the kids in the background, too, in that hooch on the right. That's crazy. What a great picture. Smiles, teeth showing, laughter. All right, Dennis Pickford drove through Way quite often in a gun truck. The kids would swarm us for handouts, yeah, of course. Used extreme caution until we got to know them. Kids trying to survive in a war zone. Yeah, not only in a war zone, but in a poverty-stricken country. That's made it 10 times as worse. All right, thank you, Dennis, for that. Next. Harry Pitt. We had a kid that came into camp every day that we were in base camp, and one day the kid came in and told us where a bunch of VC were hiding, just off our perimeter. Fire mission, LOL. Yeah, well, hopefully it worked out, Harry. Hopefully the kid didn't get retribution. Okay, next. Timothy Patterson. Hey, GI, you number 10. Yeah, once they got spoiled, it was hard to turn that around, but they probably suffered later. Okay, thank you, Tim. Joe Rogers. The kids were smart. If you gave them GI tropical chocolate, they would throw it back at you. If you gave them real chocolate. Yeah, I remember. I got some pictures of kids chasing stuff we threw off the trucks. Okay, thank you, Joe. Wayne Lonan. The only interaction I had with was the 14-year-old barber from the local ville who we killed the night they tried to overrun our compound in the D zone. I understand that because we killed our barber too in an ambush. And the colonel didn't believe it. And this guy got shot up here, came out the back, and I'm not bragging, but I carried that guy about 2 miles back to base camp and dropped him in front of the battalion commander. Yeah, he didn't believe us. Next, thank you, Wayne. Dean High, out in the villa, we did med caps for the villagers and treat the kids for multitude of illnesses and injuries. They were good kids and appreciated everything that we did. I agree. Kids are kids, and they need affection and confirmation and attention and those kind of things. And they were just hungry for all that. Very good, Dean. Thank you. Hank Mathis. Kids in town were rough. Out in the country, more appreciative. Amen to that. Yeah, it's like the big city at home too. Anything you want there. All right. Thank you, Hank. So tonight we're going to talk about the kids in the way of pictures. We'll talk about your photos and some of my photos. So let's go to the first photo. Bill Cromley. They certainly were resourceful. I remember the smiles on their faces as they were young and unaware of the war going on right around them. Picture by Dave Cesada, 1969. You're right. Look at those kids. How are you going to beat that? That's crazy. Okay, thank you, Bill, for that picture. Terry Williams, my friends at base camp. The kids were happy even though they had to endure a lot. Amen. Look at barefooted, smiley. That's great, man. Thank you. Raymond A. Surdy, family tree. Long been Saigon and Benoit. 68, 69 from Raymond, age 30. Very good, Raymond. I wonder if that's their daddy over there. But these kids look a lot older with all the white shirts on going on here. Okay, thank you, Raymond. That's some crazy tree. Fernando Hernandez, my buddy Bobby Ratliff, and I came across an orphanage near Khartoum. The small ones were oblivious to the war. We supplied them with sea rations, okay, and U.S. blankets were confiscated from the black market. Yeah, wow. Look how young these people are. Now these kids, I can't believe it. They're like 60 years old. It's like nuts, 50, 60 years old. And what do we got next here? Wayne Funk. Thank you, Wayne. The girls jumped on the running board at my deuce and a half. Amen to that. They want to get out of town. They want some candy or stuff or cigarettes. Okay, what do you got? Next question. Next picture. I'm sorry. Next. Okay, that's me in Saigon when I got out of the hospital the second time. I had a CQ duty. Look at those boots. Could you imagine if I had to shine my boots? And look at that little boy over there selling Italian bread. Got the Bastogne bread back there. He just ran in the picture. It's like crazy. Good for him. Next picture. I took this along the Highway 1, somewhere up north there. To one kid riding a water buffalo. And that's a pretty good shot. These are country kids versus the city kids. All right, next picture. This is at the Wire up in LZ something or other. I can't tell you exactly where and when. It was in January, though, I think, of 68 before the monsoons hit. And the Mama Sans would come along with selling everything for pot and whiskey and beer and soda and stuff at the Wire at the LZs. All right, next picture. Here's a kid out in the field again. This is off that truck, or it's a different truck, but got the water buffalo under control. And again, this kid has to be 65 years old now. He probably looks about 15. Next picture. Yeah, this is going from we arrived in we landed in Benoit, and we had to drive to Kuchi. So we had to go south and then north around Saigon, and just north of Saigon. But we were throwing candy and stuff off the trucks, and the kids were just pushing each other out of the way, whatever, just to grab candy bars and cigarettes or stuff like that. Initially, we thought it was like, a lot, tension and stuff. But after a while, you realize what was going on. Next one. Thank you. Okay, this is up in Icor in monsoon season, 68, after Tet. I don't think she was VC because she has black on, but the kids were smoking cigarettes.
Q&A.
All right, next we're going to go to Q&A, questions and answers. Okay, are you able? I've heard the kids were resourceful and sold many things. Yeah, they sort of came back at us after a while. I don't know how they got the stuff on the black market, obviously, somehow, but I don't know how. And but you had to be careful. One thing that was not good was their cookies, because after a while, in the field, when you go through a village, hey, GI, you like cookies? Yeah. We got cookies. We also got these little white worms. Not good. Or other kind of diseases because the water wasn't purified or sanitary, and yet you don't think of that when you see a cookie. So bad results. All right, next one. What about the Mountain Yard kids? That's a really good question. I never saw any Mountain Yards or had to deal with them at all. So that's a good question. But yeah, they were steadfast allies of us, and they hated the commies, and they did what they could, but I think they got pretty slaughtered at the end of the war, to tell you the truth. Okay, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for your support for the podcast tonight, especially with those kids. And again, they're not kids. They're all 50, 60 years old, easy now. So thank you very much. We'll see you next week. God bless. Carry on, and welcome home.